Unbelievable that I have Stewie on, Keith Stewart from Read the Line, the guru of golf. He already filed a protest that I was replacing Carver High on the double shot golf interview today. He's already filed that protest with the league office, but I'm going to do my best. Let's start with this, Keith. First of all, good to see you. And for fans, you can follow him. He's unbelievable betting on golf. I mean, this guy hits more golf tournaments than he does golf balls. You can follow him at KJ Stewart PGA on X, and you can do that for free, and he'll give you all of his glory and wisdom and picks and winners, and not only golf tournament winners, but top fives, top tens, first round leaders, you name it. And he does it on both tours. He'll do it on the ladies' side, the men's side. Hell, he'll even do the live side. He does it all. So you had Coe at the Women's British Open on Sunday at plus 2,500. You cashed that ticket as well.
Scotty, what an unbelievable introduction. Next thing I know, I think you're going to ask me to the prom. That was fantastic. I love it. Hey, if I don't pass out from this Atlanta heat, maybe it was Lydia Ko on Sunday finishing that thing off over at St. Andrews in Scotland. Our 10th outright at Read the Line for the year. We had Adam Scott in the afternoon. Unfortunately, his putter didn't get the memo. We didn't cash there, but Lydia Ko gave us number 10 at Read the Line. It's Golf Wednesday. What do you need from me? Let me give it to you.
I mean, 10 outright wins this year is top shelf status. No one in golf has come close to 10 outright winners. It is crazy. And he's done all of it on SportsGrid. By the way, that was a really ballsy pick with Adam Scott. And he's been playing great. I mean, he's been playing great for a couple months now, the old guy with his long-ass putter. Where has this come from that he's having these types of rounds and finishes?
Well, I'll tell you, Adam, I know his manager very well, and I've spoken to him. And coming into this season, he was trying to figure out, how I'm going to get in all. He wasn't in all of the majors, and he currently has the longest streak at 92 majors in a row. So he needed to find something to inspire him, to motivate him. And he really put the time in the offseason, and he came out hot in Q1. He had a bunch of top tens. We were talking about betting him in some different places. He got quiet in the middle of the season, but in the last 6 weeks, runner-up in Scotland at the Genesis Invitational, then a top 10 at Royal Troon in the bad weather of the Open Championship, right into the playoffs. You're talking about golf courses where you really have to drive the golf ball well. And with that Tiger Woods style golf swing from back in 2000, man, the prettiest man alive on a golf course on the PGA Tour, Adam Scott, he puts the ball in play off the tee. His iron game has come around, and the broomstick has been good, Scotty, a lot. It just was only fair on Sunday, which is too bad. But Captain Keegan is a great win. It's tough to root against him. I was rooting for Adam Scott at plus 5,500. Right. I got to be honest. But at the end of the day, at least it wasn't, one of these guys that wins all the time. It was Captain Keegan. And who could be happier than the PGA of America selecting him as the Ryder Cup captain? And this guy's going to play his way on to the President's Cup squad.
Yeah, how about the guy is the captain of the Ryder Cup, and he goes out, and he's always been that East Coast golfer, right? He's always tough in East Coast tournaments. But the guy shows up, and he waltzes out with $3.6 million in 4 days of work. He doesn't win that kind of money. It's been a long time since he's seen that kind of money.
Well, you know what? He won the BMW back in Philly a couple of years ago, the same round of the playoffs. So maybe he likes BMWs. I don't know. But the fact is, in Memphis, they cut from 70 players to 50 players in this playoff FedEx Cup system, whatever you want to call it. He was the 50th guy in. Tom Kim went bogey, double bogey. He's out. All these guys dropped out of the top 50. Keegan gets in his number 50. He was the last ranked guy going into Denver last week at Castle Pines Golf Club, and the guy wins. It's an unbelievable story. Now all of a sudden, he could win again this week, and we see this a lot in the playoffs. Over the years, 17 years of the FedEx Cup playoffs, 12 times we've seen a repeat winner where a guy wins more than one of these playoff legs. And I tell you what, sitting in fourth place with this stupid staggered start that they have with the strokes and everything. Keegan could take this thing all the way to Royal Montreal. And then, he was an assistant captain on Jim Furyk's President's Cup team that's happening next month. Now, all of a sudden, he's got to pick him, and he probably needs to find another assistant captain. What an unbelievable story in golf.
So what's the deal with Jay Monahan and the Saudis and all these negotiations, about a deal? Is it going to happen or not?
Well, Scotty, timing is everything in life. And today was his State of the Union address. This is supposed to be their Super Bowl week. And Jay did a wonderful job of explaining absolutely nothing. He was asked very direct questions. And once again, he went into the pomp and circumstance of all of this. Scotty, you asked me a question. I say, Scotty, it's a very thoughtful question. We are really concerned with what's happening with the schedule. We are really concerned with this, but I can't tell you anything. And I know what? The players are fed up. I'm out here all the time. You know that. I'm down in Atlanta right now. And the players just don't even pay attention anymore. But what I worry about are the fans. The fans have no idea what's going on. They're doing rinse, rewind, repeat on the same schedule as this year. The guys look tired at the end of the year. I mean, honestly, he had an opportunity today to say something really, really poignant and meaningful, and he didn't really say anything. And, hey, I'm picking on Jay, it sounds like, but it's all the talking heads there. I don't understand why they aren't more transparent about why the PIF and that money could do so much for golf and what the path would be back for Bryson and everybody else. Everybody wants Bryson back, and you know what? They should do it.
Real quick, respectfully, I got 30 seconds. You told me about the course redesign at Eastlake. Can you tell people about that?
Okay, Andrew Green, architect. He took the golf course from a par 70 Donald Ross layout. He's enhanced it. It's now a par 71. He added about 150 yards. The guys are raving about it. The only problem is that when you do this, when you remove all the grass and you put it back within 12 months, the playing surfaces are super firm, and you're going to see that reflected in my betting card.
Stewie, I got to tell you that, of course, Keith Stewart, Read the Line, badass. He's usually talking to Carver High about golf, but, I love golf too. At one point, I was a 6 handicap, Stewie, and I turned a 76 at the Bob Hope in Palm Springs, and there were witnesses. I've also I've golfed in a million pro-ams back in the day. When I lived in California, I golfed a lot, right? I played all the time. I played 5 or 6 days a week, and I was a really good golfer. When I live in New York City, I never golf. I play basketball. I don't golf anymore. I went out and played a couple of courses. I turned an 85. I turned an 88. I can play. I can hit the ball. But my son now, I told you, has taken over the game. He loves playing. He plays every week. He plays all the time. He literally played this summer almost every day, and he's getting better and better and better. And if you play every day and you live in Southern California, you can see your scores start dropping and turn yourself into a golfer. I think golfing is playing all the time, and you're in Hot Town right now. It's hot as Haiti. It's 100 degrees. It's going to be steamy ass morsels for the Tour Championship. How is that going to affect this tournament this weekend? I mean, it's just brutal heat. We saw it in Memphis. I saw them golfing, and they were dying.
Oh, I mean, I was there too. I mean, Carver on Golf Wednesday, he had to resuscitate me. It was so hot, and it's equally as hot now. This tie, it's choking me out, but that's all right. I do it for the folks at SportsGrid. And here's what's going to happen. We are down at Eastlake Golf Club. It's the Tour Championship, 30 players, and they start with strokes. I know it's something new and everything, but forget all that for a second. They've completely redone the golf course. And with the heat and the humidity and redoing an entire golf course, removing all the grass and bringing it back, what happens, folks, is that without any rain, it becomes a very, very firm surface. So what we're looking for this week, if you're building out your own betting card, is you're looking for guys that can hit the fairway. Because if you don't hit the fairway and you're in that Bermuda grass rough, you have no chance of holding these greens on approach. Once you're in the fairway, you're trying to hit these greens. Now, the new greens, they are super, super firm. They are like a brick. So a lot of the even good shots are going to roll through the green. So as you build out those betting cards, and you'll see by who I've picked, that you got to have guys that have a little bit of acumen around the green. That's a fancy thing for saying, hey, you got to save par or score with that short game. And this Bermuda grass, it's super grainy down here. It's a weed. You got to be able to putt on it, which is why I have 2 guys selected. Now, there's two types of tournaments this week. The first one is the FedEx Cup. That is the guy that wins everything, $25 million for first, and that includes the starting strokes. I'm taking Xander Schauffele for that. Yes, I know. I'm giving up 2 strokes to Scotty Scheffler, but his form hasn't nearly been as strong as Xander, and Xander loves this place. He's been here 7 times, and he's been the low gross player 3 times with a win. He's never finished worse than 7th. You got to bank on him. Now, on the other tournament, the shadow tournament they call it, where everyone starts at even par, there's 2 guys I like. Xander's one of them. I'm going there again. I am just pushing the chips in on him because he loves this place and because with the firmness of the greens, he is the best scrambler in the world. He's still going to continue to score. The other guy further down the board, Sam Bermuda Burns, plus 2,200. Back at Minnesota in the 3M, he finishes 13th. Then all of a sudden he gets in the playoffs. St. Jude at the Hey Jude, he goes 5th place. Bermuda grass greens, Bermuda Burns, cashes in, makes some birdies. Then last week in Denver, runner-up out there at Castle Pines in the BMW. Guy runs off with an X7. I mean, he's runner-up. Fantastic. I love him coming into this place. He was 4th here last year. Those are my outright picks.
All right, what about your top finisher picks, top 10s?
Okay, I've got a couple top 10s and everybody, hey, Keith, why not top 10s and top 40s? There's only 30 guys playing, so pay attention. Ready? Top 10s. I love Billy Horschel. He's great on Bermuda grass, and he's trying to be a captain's pick for that President's Cup team coming up next month. He's got a great short game, and ever since, he's got 3 top 10s in his last 4 starts. And the other guy, Justin Thomas, don't forget about him. 7 starts here. He's never finished worse than 9th. So JT loves this place. He's also great putting on Bermuda grass and chipping around these new greens. I like those 2 guys. A couple quick head-to-heads because I know we're running short on time. The first one, Shane Lowry over Sahith Theegala. Theegala's, his right arm's hurt a little bit. He's already qualified for the President's Cup team. He's got no reason to push himself this week. And the other guy, Xander over Scotty. The 2 big boys, they're facing off. Forget the gold medal. Forget the green jacket. Xander won the PGA. He won the Open Championship, and he's winning the FedEx Cup.
I thought Horschel played great at Troon, too, and that's kind of when he started playing really good golf.
That's one of those 3 top 10s in his last 4 starts. Awesome.
I like your guy. Bermuda Burns at plus 2,200.